The garden you see behind me is an absolute state of disrepair. We had extreme heat, then we had extreme rain, and we've got extreme heat again, which was a great growing medium and conditions for these lovely weeds. So I'm gonna try and clean this up because I can't even see where anything is. I have carrots left, beets, and cucumbers. And over here are the tomatoes. The raspberries are all the way back there. Okay, so these are actually store-bought tomatoes from Superstore or Costco, and they are absolutely incredible. This is the closest tomato I have ever tasted that is like a homegrown tomato. Really delicious. Anyways, I took the seeds from these guys and I made my own tomato plants from them. And they are doing absolutely wonderful. This is our, like I said, we have cherry tomatoes in the garden, but as for real tomatoes, these are our best ones. There are all types of weeds. I don't know the names of them, but guys like this are waist height on me. We've got bizarre weeds, I don't even know what they are. This one could be heroin poppy, who knows? Is this the tool for the job? Is this the tool for the job? Is that the tool for the job? This is the tool for the job. I'm going to use this tool to cut all the weeds in this whole garden. That's the width of it. I got to mow these weeds down with this tool. Then I can rototill. And where I have rows, I'm going to have to pick by hand. Well, it turns out this wasn't the tool for the job either. And I was able to determine what this plant is. It is a bull, B-U-L-L, thistle. Bull thistle. And it's apparently edible. I guess I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, but this is now an outdoor pillow. Actually, with the pillow, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'll catch you guys in a bit. I'm such a simple man. I'm so happy that I got this pillow for picking these weeds. It has revolutionized weed picking for me. This is so much easier than sitting on a little stool or crouching over. So this is now a permanent outdoor pillow, and I can really put a hurting on these weeds. So I'm thrilled about it. Basically what I've been doing is pulling the big weeds by hand. These ones are still pretty big, some of them are over a foot tall. I've got no choice to rototill them, but this gives you an idea of what I'm working with. So that's going to get rototilled. This area, they're long here. That's where the radishes used to be. So I'm going to take the hoe and cut them down before I rototill. Gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way, like I said. That's how I'm gonna cut them down, just like this. Actually works pretty good. I thought it was gonna take me hours, but it'll probably take me 45 minutes. All right, so why did this happen to the garden? What I've got here. I actually had to cut the grass with the lawnmower, cut the weeds to get it ready. Because hoeing it, I mean the hoe's 5 inches wide and that wasn't really working for me. So I cut the grass in the areas that I'm going to rototill. This is the beets and this is the carrots. I am going to have to pull those by hand like I did with the cucumbers. I've actually got some nice lush grass in here. But now this is all going to get rototilled. And here's the grapes. They're doing quite well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why did this happen exactly? Well, like I said, we had a lot of rain. We had so much rain, like I've never seen it like that before. So we had tons of rain. The garden was so wet that you would sink almost up halfway to your knee in the mud. And then it stopped raining and it got extremely hot. It was 35 degrees Celsius, sometimes 40 degrees Celsius. And it was too hot to work in that weather. So that's why we ended up in this situation that we are now. This isn't the way I would normally want my garden to be, nor is it up to my standards, but this was just the circumstances and it's not my fault. We just have to deal with it now. And pretty soon I'm going to have a good finished product here, looking nice. Okay, folks, that's a wrap. Everything's all cleaned up now and looking good. Well, that only took 20 hours of my life in a span of 4 days. But if you're gardening, you gotta love it. Because if you don't love it, it's gonna be hard. Here's a shot from where I started the video. You can do a before and after and see how much better it looks. Now everything can grow nicely. And there's the compost pile. That's pretty much all the stuff from last year's harvest. And this is an equally large addition. That's how much I pulled out of the garden. But these raspberry rows sure make me happy. They look real good. Again, that's the new row, so kind of just letting it do its thing. There we go. I also picked up these Merrell MOAB3 hiking shoes for $119. I have traditionally just worn like Walmart shoes or whatever, you know, they're $20, $30. So I do 5 miles a day, especially in the spring, summer, and fall. So I want to make sure that I'm getting some good shoes, because the Walmart shoes and the whatever shoes, the soles wear out and they last about 1 month, no matter what kind. Ozark Trail, whatever kind of no-name crap they have. But I calculated it, and when I searched on Google, I said, well, how many miles am I going to get out of those Merrell shoes? And they said between 350 and 500 miles. Okay, so that's 70 walks if on the low end. So 350 divided by 5 is 70. So that's 2 months and 10 days for the price of $120. Alternatively, if I get 2 pairs of $60 shoes, I'm in the same boat. But we're going to see how these work out. Maybe they'll last 500 miles, 600, 750, I hope 1,000 miles. And we'll do a long-term review on those and see what the results are over time.